I'm starting.
Alright, man. Cool.
We're live. Oil City Battles, Real Talk, episode 8. Gentlemen, introduce yourselves.
I'm Old English. Battle and Don't Flop. Best rap outside of it. No, I'm joking. You know, there's a few other ones, but
Alright, man.
yeah, man.
Just a rapper.
Just a rapper. Formerly Don't Flop, though. You used to do the whole battle thing, man.
I wouldn't say formally Don't Flop.
Wow. Still possibly associated.
Just like, you know.
Like, but
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that works.
At the
Just
moment, hibernating. That's
Yeah.
the best way forward, man. That's the best
Yeah, let's
way
go with
forward.
hibernating.
Yeah, man.
Welcome to the show, guys. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Let's start on how you guys got into battling, like, and your music, obviously. Like, who inspired you, or like how you got into music firstly and battling secondly.
Yeah. Well, me, I think I've been writing since I was about 10, and I've always listened to like hip hop. I mean, my older brother, he's like 11 years older than me, so he always like listened to like Tupac, Biggie, stuff like that. My mum was also into hip hop, so I kind of grew up around it. Started writing about 11. I was serious about it, but when you're a kid, you are about a lot of things, or you think you are. You're just optimistic and you have that passion. So, and I basically just been doing music for about 4 or 5 years, but nothing professionally, I'd say, as of yet, because I'm still trying to build myself. I don't feel I'm at that place right now. I'm trying to build myself to be the best I can be, and then, you know what I mean? So that's kind of why I got into the battling as well. I used to watch Jump Off years ago. I watched Fight Club as well, which was on MTV. So I watched that, and that's what got me into it. I kind of forgot about it for a while, but I wanted to do it, and I had a few things going on in my life. I hit up probably in like 2009, 2010. No, I say about 2009, and then I think, yeah, 2011 is when I started. So yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, it's been good though, man.
Nice. How about you, Villun?
Yeah, well, I first saw Olde versus Flex Digits in 2009. Then didn't watch like much Don't Flop battles in between that time. Then eventually I did the Jump Off in 2012 January, and then I fucking flopped in that. And then I hollered in February and just got into it. Like, I just wanted to just, like, challenge myself, just competitive writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And the music? How'd you get into your music?
Music. Used to do grime with my boy. Funny story. Like, I was on my way to play football, and this guy was like, "Oh, let's go to my house and just like try and write at 16." And I was like, "What's that?" Like, and we just went there and just ended up writing just to this shit grime beat. One of those old school
ones, isn't it? Yeah.
What was it? Can't remember the beat. But yeah, then I just carried on from there and got eventually started doing hip hop.
Okay, so Old English, we know that, like, I know personally, but we're going to put it out there so everyone else knows about it on all the comments and stuff. You've been releasing you've had quite a lot of releases lately, let's be honest, man. You got the drops, the single and the EP on the Bandcamp. You got quite a lot out there, man. Let's talk about them. Let people know.
The single I got, is basically called Everything, and it was like, it took a while to write, not as in like I spent a lot of time, but I just set it aside and didn't rush it, and that was sort of just about, as like I said, everything, and it's about like everything that I don't like, or everything in life I kind of took a bit bitter, and then towards the end I kind of looked on the brighter side of it, you know. So that's what I wrote, and it just kind of felt like it was like something I was proud of. That's why I wanted to drop it. I didn't care about the response. I think, like, in Don't Flop, you're going to get bad response anyway, because there's that label of bad rappers can't make songs, and whether it's true for some or not, like, a lot of rappers can't make songs in general. Do you know what I mean? A lot of rappers don't do their own hooks, and they always have people singing on their hooks because they can't make a full song, a complete song. So, you know, it works both ways. Yeah. But yeah, the drops, the same. I've had the drops for a while, but I speak to a producer, and but he's not really, like, he doesn't push stuff out there. He's just some random guy that I speak to. I think I spoke to him from the forum, but he makes those beats. So I got him to make the game Old English. I got him to sample that and make me a custom beat for the drops. And I wanted to just go bars in. Like, I just wanted to do like nothing but bars. I mean, I turn up to the drops in like a SpongeBob hat and all that shit, and you get like all this feedback. And I kind of, when I done the drops, I wanted to just filter out who likes it for what it is, and do you know what I mean? So I kind of wore the hat on purpose to get that reaction, because I'm not bothered about the dislikes, or because at the end of the day, like, if a fan says something bad about me and my favorite rappers or battle rappers, you know, always talk highly of me, then I don't really care what they, do you know what I mean? That's exactly how it is. As long as the people I not look up to, but the people that inspire me, because I'm inspired by a lot of people in this, so yeah, and as long as they show love, then it's all good.
Cool.
Yeah, it filters out, kind
of. Nice. So let's move on to future stuff. Like, obviously the free downloads, the download as it is, everything is off an EP. When's the EP ready?
You know what? I'm taking my time with it, just because I like the song. I don't want to rush it. I want it to be something I'm proud of. So I'm looking at, I mean, I go to America July the 21st. I come back August the 20th. So I'm probably not going to stay probably till like November or something.
Okay.
I say I've got quite a lot of beats. I've got a lot of songs that are nearly complete. I like to just hold ones off and not rush on them, and that's kind of how I work. I don't always just write one, finish it. You know, I kind of have like 6 like in the making, depending on my moods. I go back to certain ones, so that's how I write my songs. So I'm not really trying to rush nothing. Like I said, I'm just trying to better myself anyway. So I feel like I'm just doing that because I'm rapping, whether or not I'm recording or not. I'm rapping and writing songs near enough every day. So, you know, if not, it's battle bar. So I'm always, you know, always working on it.
Nice. Villun, what about you? What projects you got in the line?
I actually stopped working on projects recently. I guess it's just more of like relaxing, not actually trying to write too much.
You're taking a break from things.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think sometimes you have to like just clear your head. You know what I mean? You get caught up in a bit, and not just battling. I just mean music in general, because I think from someone that raps point of view, I think like my life is hip hop. I'm always listening to a beat, and I'm always listening to it as a rapper and not a fan. And it kind of just it wears down after a while. You just want to be a fan and appreciate it. So
yeah, it's good to watch. Just
yeah,
to, like, take a backseat sometimes.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice, cool. So you got Boski at Sunburn on the pre-party.
Yeah.
Firstly, before we go into the whole battle itself, are you gutted you're on pre-party?
Nah, I wouldn't say gutted. I'd say like I don't like it for the simple fact that, and this is literally the only fact, I don't care about views. I don't care about the card, because like I like the card, but the card to me isn't nothing that I feel like I'm really missing out on.
Yeah.
It's just how I feel, you know. But I'm alright with it. I mean, I wasn't on. I don't think I've been on a major card, to be fair. You know, I was on SDS actually, SDS 10. That was like the biggest card I've been on. That was a good event. I wasn't at the 4th birthday. I think I was pre-party then, and I think writing for pre-party crowd's different. So at first I wanted to spit a lot more bars. Then when I found out it was going to be pre-party, I didn't really want to do that, because I'd asked for a battle months ago, because I was going to America, and I said I want to do one in the summer, just for something to do in the summer, really. Yeah. And I was looking at some opponents, and none of them really got back to me, or got back to I don't even know the situation, whatever. But so I remember telling Bowski I'm going to battle him, and he mentioned it a few times, like, when we're going to do that battle, and I thought, you know what, I did say I would do that battle. You know what I mean? I'm not just going to think, oh, because it's like, because he's not this person or that person, I won't battle him. And I like his battles. I find him entertaining. If I didn't like him or like any of his battles, then I wouldn't battle him, and that's exactly how it is. So writing for that, I came with more jokes, but I'm alright with it. It's not, you know, it's not a big deal to me, really. I'm just disappointed. I feel the crowd will be different, so my material might not go off the same. Maybe it'll work in my favour, but I don't think so. So.
Okay. Because I was like planning on coming across, but I was pretty gutted that I couldn't.
Yeah.
But like, there's so many big battles like I'm not saying that the pre-party's bad at all, because you've got plenty of other big battles on the card. You've got Joker and Flex.
Yeah.
And like, you get what I mean. So
Joker and Flex should be good.
Yeah. It's gonna be.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm cool with being on the pre-party. Really, it's just more about the crowd than the actual battles itself. It's not about the card, you know. But yeah.
And then you got the main Sunburn party.
Yeah.
Which is it's a pretty huge name of card, isn't it? Let's be honest. You know what I mean? There's some.
I think the way they dropped it was good. But then you got a few battles that like I'm just not sure about. But then saying that, they took those battles for different reasons, so I can't really question their reasons. Obviously, everyone battles for a different reason. I just didn't see it happening yet, if you know what I mean. Like Dialect Skirmish, like that's a sick battle. I just didn't see it happening yet. Tony D and Double L, I didn't really see it happening yet. But it doesn't mean it won't be a good battle. They all have the potential to be a sick battle, so, you know.
Yeah. I had Big J on the show the other day, and he said that he can't, but he's so sad at being the worst name on the card, or like the worst match up as such on the card. But he said it doesn't matter just because he's on the pre-party, he's on the actual party, man. To him, you know what I mean? Yeah,
I think he feels like not like he's been hard done by, but he just feels a bit different towards it than I do. Like in the sense that he doesn't feel he's battled the opponents maybe that he wants. Yeah. You know, and I think like me personally, I haven't been set these matches up. Like me and Soul wanted to battle me like probably about a year before we even battled. Yeah. And Yunnan was the same reason. Like it was Bam's birthday. I was like, alright, cool, I'll do it. And I think Yunnan was on it as well. He said like he liked me or whatever, like my battle. So I was like, cool, whatever. There was a mutual thing there. It wasn't like, oh, you deserve to battle this person. So I didn't really get put in that spot anyway. You know what I mean? I just battled, and people like thought I was good and wanted to battle me. There was an interest in battling me. I think now, because I've not really battled in a while, that interest does die out. But you know.
Yeah, definitely. So let's get your boys' opinions on a few of the Sunburn battles.
Yeah, go on.
The two that you've already brought up, I'm going to talk about straight away because you brought them up. So you've obviously got an opinion on them. Like the Skirms dialect match. What do you think is going to pop on that?
You know what it is? I think it basically goes down to the fact that like dialect has a lot more experience in Don't Flop. And I don't even think it's a rap battle thing. You can battle in, you know, on-beat battles for years and have a history of it. I don't think there's still an understanding as a battler about what to write, and it's filtering out. I think like the best MCs do say bad bars, but they know what ones are bad to filter them out and not put them in the material. Yeah. So I'm not saying Skirmish would come like that at all, because I think he killed it against was it C Major and Cracker. I thought like him and Ark were amazing, and especially as a team. But I just didn't see that coming yet, because I know dialect. He knows how to approach this a bit better. That's my opinion, but obviously I don't know. So but saying that, I still think it's going to be a sick battle. They both have a lot of energy. They're both like they have a powerful presence. So and their aggression's good. So what's the other one? Double R and Tony D.
Yeah.
You know what? That one, I don't really know, because I just feel like Double R isn't at his peak, the same as like I'd say I'm not at mine. You know, I think I can still get better, and I would never want to battle someone like Tony until I'm at that point where I feel like, I'm 100% competition. Maybe Double R is that confident against him. I think he smashed J90 completely. I think that was like a body bag in terms of a battle. Yeah. I think that was, and I think him against Chris Lees was a bit more like it was trying to live up to that. And when you was trying to live up to that, it doesn't work as much, you know, because he had Chris Lees. So I think the hype, if he was just put out as him against Chris Lees and there wasn't like a hype built around it, I think it would have turned out a bit differently. Everyone was expecting the body bag, not necessarily the performance, because the performance was sick, but I think they want to see more of a, I don't know, that effect, that effect that you have when you battle someone. So yeah, that's what I think about that. But I still think that potentially could be sick. Yeah.
And you got any thoughts, bro?
Yeah, I agree with what you just said. I want to touch back on skirms versus dialect.
Yeah.
In my mind, it's equivocal to a Hollow the Don versus Joe Budden type match, because you have the guy who's got experience doing what he's doing versus a good rapper in general,
exactly.
like a good writer.
Yeah.
So it could go either way. But this guy but Skirm has had a battle and he understands it more because he has a level of experience.
Okay.
But if you can translate and like evolve from that, like do better than he did before, then he has a chance of winning it.
Okay.
And it's going to be a sick battle.
Nice. Is there any of the other battles that you guys want to talk about, or should I just start? Should I throw another couple out the air?
I don't mind. Throw some. Yeah, go
on. So you got Gemini and Tally. Let's talk about the newcomers.
Should I go first?
Tally and Gemini.
Yeah.
Tally has to come as good as he came against Craze, and better than that. Gemini has as good a grasp at battling as Tally does.
Okay.
And they're both good writers. You know, you got Gemini who's like really structured with his punches and methodical, and Tally who's very like flow based, but his delivery is precise. Like he's really on point. So
yeah.
It just depends on how Tally bars him. Because if Tally is not as on point as he was against Flex, then he could lose. But like if he's as good as he was against Craze and better than that, then he could win. And Gemini has just kept getting better.
Yeah, he's always had a good performance.
So like if he comes one better again and Tally comes as good as he can be, it's gonna be a classic battle. Like I could go either way right now.
Nice. Another battle to mention is the sense of unanimous. How are you guys feeling?
Do you know what? I think that's another one where like I don't know. I think it's just gonna go on a bit too long because they both kind of like they have bars and they're good, but a lot of the times they just explain situations and explain how something happened. It kind of doesn't always go to the point. It kind of feels like they're just taking a different route to go to where they want to go. So I think that might drag on. I think they might just try and come too aggressive, and I think it's not going to be the battle that everyone else might think. But saying that, like they're both really good, you know, like I'm a fan of both of them, you know, most of their performances anyway. I mean, I remember seeing Censor against Arcane. And I thought Censor was sick then, and I think then you see him against Arc, and he's just a bit different. I mean, I saw him against Dialect, and I liked him against Dialect, but I didn't think he had that same thing about him as when he battled Arcane.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I still think it could be good. Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
Not to underestimate Censor, but to be up front, I think Yunan's just gonna take it. Be first, like
yeah, so do I. You know,
everyone's like that. That's the best part about doing this show and as many shows as I can do before Sunburn, because I get everyone's honest opinions.
Yeah.
So it's like it's actually building it up as such for the event, but at the same time, like people are actually going to know what people are thinking beforehand. And you never know what if they do watch it and they change their shit because of it, and it makes their performance better. Then it's better for us all.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. No, I think he's more hungry as well. Like,
yeah, Yunan's got more of a point to prove.
Yeah, definitely. Yunnan just,
better.
I think when he battles near enough everyone, he does wanna he wants to just kill them. He wants to body them, and that's what I think about Yunnan. So it seems like every battle he gives 100%. You know, like sometimes some people you'll feel like they've slacked off a bit. O'Shea sometimes seems like he might be slacking a bit. You know, then you see him in other battles and he just kills it. So. Yeah, I think Yunnan will win.
I think Yunan's more consistent.
Yeah,
in terms of performing and structuring his bars.
I just think
I
think Yunnan should come a bit more with a bit more jokes. I think the aggression, he's good. It does work, yeah. But I think a lot of the times it's the basis to what he's got. So, but you know, he's learned it. He's doing that anyway. He done that against me. He came with some jokes and stuff. So, yeah.
The other one is Enigma and Locksmith. What are you guys on that one? Because I think that's quite a good.
You know what? I reckon Locksmith will take it if he's taking it serious, like the writing and that. But then saying I don't think he took Bleak too serious, and he kind of, you know, he did take Bleak, and it was definitely comfortable, like, you know. And Enigma's the same sort of character where like Enigma's cool, man. I don't have a problem with him, but he's got that same sort of thing about him, you know. Bleak had the whole burning down shit, you know, and then Enigma's got all the fucking the daughter shit, and I think him and P Soldier, like the whole race thing, even against most prop, he's got that about him. So I think Locksmith will work well on that, and that's where I think Locksmith will have the better incentive and the better more motivation to take that, whereas Enigma might struggle with maybe angles or ways to approach it, but you never know.
To be fair, I think Locksmith is just more methodical about his approach. Like he'd analyze Enigma better than Enigma would analyze him in terms of being direct and concise about what you're saying about the person. Because I think that's where Enigma veers off at times. But saying that, he was also very good against Cracker. Even if it was like cheesy ginger jokes and yada yada. It was well structured. Like it wasn't terrible things.
He planned it. Like he planned that a lot better.
So I don't know. I haven't seen the P Soldier battle neither. Apparently, it's cute.
Yeah.
But but based on these Cracker battles, he can be like really good. But Locksmith would probably take it because he just would analyze it better, break it down, and he's just a better writer.
This is some real talk, boys. You boys are proper giving the good opinions, and respect for that.
That's all good, man.
So futures, right? I know. Like at the moment, Villun, you're on a break, and obviously you got America planned, as well.
Yeah.
Old English, you got America planned, but in the future, if like, because in fact, there's two other things I want to talk about, right? We've had over the weekend, you've had the whole Diz and Daylight scrap. Any opinions?
I don't really know. I think it's one of them ones where I don't want to get too involved in, because I don't really know what happened. I think I don't know. I don't get Diz's reasons behind it. Like he said, like I was talking to Villun about earlier. Actually, he was saying about Math tortured him in his mind and all this shit for years, but he was always giving it back on Twitter. It's not like he was staying silent and shit. He was always talking shit, so it doesn't really seem like he was affected that much by it. You know, in my opinion, I feel like he was comfortable. He was in his hometown. You know, that's kind of what I feel. In that sense, I don't think he would have done that in Math's hometown. You know, the same reason like he came over to when he came over here and started an arc. You know what I mean? It was more like I think it was just to do with literally size. I think it's a size thing. I think he wouldn't have tried that against someone like Dialect. That's just what I believe in Leeds. I wouldn't say he tried against Dialect in his hometown. Yeah, I don't say it, you know. But then saying that again, not a lot of people would. But at the same time, that's the situation where you decide to throw your hands or not, you know. And I don't feel like a situation like that, especially the battle. I don't think the battle was. I watched it and it doesn't seem that heated to make him want to hit him after, you know, unless what Math said really hurt, like got to him, you know. Okay. So that's what I think.
And Villun, your opinion?
Well, I don't think any kind of violence is good for the culture in general. Like, it's bad for sponsorship and shit like that. Like, it doesn't affect just the people involved. It affects the culture of jet.
I think it does because we're helping trying to build it. But I don't think it's that big of a deal, as in fights happen all the time. But from the point of view of trying to build it, where it's at now, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay. Well, I mean, I fully feel with Villun that I don't think it's good. If it happened outside after the event, then bang, it's not a problem. You know what I mean? But the fact that it happened on a live pay-per-view, you get what I mean? Yeah. It wasn't even editable out. Anybody that was watching it, I mean, I haven't seen if there's been any figures posting it, but like, there was obviously a few people watching it live. Like, everyone was talking about it on Twitter and stuff. So there was obviously quite a fair few people watching it live.
Of course.
So publicity stunt, like, sort of side from it, like that Diz has done it to make sure that he's getting his name out there. it's got to have been part of it in his head as he's done it. You get what I mean? I feel, but like, it's publicity, whether it's bad or good. It's still most probably beneficial. To
I think it's definitely helped him.
In a bad sense, to be fair, because now you know, it just could make things so much worse in a sense as well. But also we've had the news from Don't Flop that Shotty Horror is gonna be reappearing. Anyone got any opinions on this?
It's good for them. Like, they sell their differences, it seems. So why not? If it works for them, then it works for them.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I've got a different opinion, really. I'm not 100% against it. I just think, like, for a while, he kind of was out in Canada, and there was all this, like, King of the Dot talk, and he was on the stage, and I don't know. I heard he said stuff about Don't Flop. I didn't even see. But then he's been tweeting stuff as well, and I think, like, I kind of get, like, it is between him and her, and at the end of the day, it's no one else's opinions, really. I just think it makes everyone else look bad, or anyone that kind of just helped build it at the time. I think it's in the same sort of sense where, like, if two friends fight or some shit and you get involved and then you're made out to look like the bad one while they make up and they're all cool. That's what I mean. So I think there's a certain involvement maybe people should have, but at the same time, it's, you know, I reckon it'll do wonders. It'll get, you know, it'll, like, if it was him and Tony, it'd be easily the highest viewed UK battle this year. And that's because that's what Shotty does. He brings names in. I think he's good. I don't think he's put the sort of work in to get the name he's got, but it happens, doesn't it? At the end of the day, if I got the sort of buzz that he's got, I'm not going to sit there and downplay it. I'm going to try and make the most of it. So I think we'd all do that, you know, like, talk like with the shit if we was him. So it's one of them ones.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Have you guys got any shout outs you want to do?
None at the moment, really, man.
Shout out to Bam. Shout out to her. Shout out to Don't Flop.
Just everyone, really.
OC battles.
I mean, yeah, man.
Okay,
They got Read Between the Bars. Read Between the Bars.
And I haven't even checked them, you know. I don't check nothing online nowadays.
They're good people.
I don't know why. I think I just, even in Facebook, I think his Facebook videos just put me off just watching shit. Like, literally. Like, obviously, I still watch stuff, but I don't watch every Don't Flop battle. You know, I might come back to it eventually, but I don't know why, man. It's just me.
Cool.
Arkansas, shout them out too.
Yeah.
Good battle.
Yeah, he's good on shout-outs, man. I'm a bit selfish.
Yeah, you're stingy.
Stingy. You know what?
I've got a load of shout outs to do quickly, so I'm just going to
do them, man.
Right, whilst I got them. I wanted to shout out Bam too, because he shared that we were on live tonight, and he's just released his the
last draw. Yeah,
go check that out too.
Yeah, that's sick, man.
And it's on the Bright Siders YouTube. I'll stick the link in the info afterwards.
Shout out Bright Siders and Cystic.
Yeah, Bright Siders, man. I still got my beanie. My Bright Siders beanie. I should really put that on, man.
Also, I want to shout out Ian Daniels, because I shout him out every time, just because Fat shouts me out on every show he does. Bless him.
I'll shout Fats.
Corner Bros, I'm going to shout you guys out again, because I was with you all weekend. On Saturday we had a Hip Hop Hooray day that I've got in trouble for streaming a little bit, so I won't be doing any more of them. Also, Rappers Comp Island, thank you for everything you do, and we will be doing together in the future. And that is my shout outs done for today. This has been very entertaining, guys, to be fair. You've given your own opinion a lot. I don't know if there's any other things you guys want to talk about.
What do you think was your best battle this year? Your favourite?
My favourite battle this year?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. There's a lot of contentions.
Yeah.
Like, Raptor Gemini for me was pretty sick.
Yeah, that was
like, they're both good, really good for newcomers, and both setting the standards for the newcomers as well. You get what I mean? Like, for people coming into any league right now, if they look at those for guys that are coming into the league fresh or sort of fresh, like, I know Raptor did a few Words of Weapons battles and shit before, don't get me wrong, but like,
Yeah, he's still new to this though.
Pretty fresh and don't flop at
Yeah.
a cappella battles, and they've done really well.
Yeah, I think it's good though. I think it's making a lot of lazy people kind of maybe worry a bit more, because I feel like if you put in work and you just sit there, you might be worrying about like these people taking your place. I kind of feel like when I've been bad and you get the people that've been there longer, that maybe felt like that towards you a little bit. So I think some people might worry about him, which is a good thing. It's the competition, man. You don't, you want fresh faces, and I think Don't Flop does that well. Like King of the Dot, they kind of, I don't know who they brought in the last 4 years that is,
Canadian.
Yeah, Canadian, and
it reminds me of that comment, that bar Nameless dropped. What was it? King of the Dot's top 10 would be Don't Flop's top 10.
Yeah.
Like, but there's no top 10 in King of the Dot. If you
Yeah,
think about
because
it. Like King of the Dot's a good league, but
Canadians,
Canadian-wise,
it's not the strongest lineup, is it really?
There's Pat Slade and a couple more, but
as a company and a channel, yeah, man, they know what they're doing. Definitely.
That's cool. I don't know, like there's been so many good battles already this year, like.
Yeah.
To just pick out some. I mean, Raptor Gemini springs to mind because I've mentioned it in previous shows, one of my contentions for the Battle of the Year. But like, if they've released Sunburn as it's not the 6th birthday, like if Sunburn's this big as a 2-day event, how big is the 6th birthday gonna be, man?
Yeah, definitely, man. I think
there's still so many battles to come that can be so potentially huge.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's got a lot of time.
So like, like the only one I can really pick out name-wise right now is Raptor Gem. So I have to leave it with that one, man, because I enjoyed the latest Flex. It was Flex Tally. That was a fucking.
That's a good battle.
Yeah. What do you think of Arkansas? Do you watch that one?
I watched it. I mean, I'm kind of sad to watch it because it's like it's watching someone that should still perform leave for no reason. Or like, he hasn't given reason, which kind of I haven't heard.
Yeah, I get you.
I'm not in the link like to speak to him directly, but like there's still so many newcomers potentially that could make so many good battles with. Get what I mean? Like, I think time to do it, but obviously
I think with Ark,
but
he's put a lot of work in. That's what I think it is. I don't think he should quit. And saying that, I reckon maybe give him a year or 2 off, or I reckon he'll still want to come back and battle again, because he'll always get that feeling like he will. So it's probably the reason he still battles now, because how long has he been doing it? So but Ark's sick, man. He's one of my favourites. I think he's top 5. So that's my opinion. I think Arkansas was probably I think that was the best battle this year for me. Well, it's Raptor and Gemini. I think that definitely could qualify for top battle of the year. Like, I don't know what Sunburn, like Double L, Tony D, they all have potential. So, if this was a month later, I could be saying something different.
But no, that's the thing about it, bro. That is the thing about it. Like, it's there's so many potentials that we're hearing about. Oh, and I mean the Sunburn, we know that's coming. We know it's coming, and we know that there's so many good matchups. And like I've seen a few of the people that are involved. Like, what can you see me getting bodied? Like, the only way that anybody on any one of those matches is going to get bodied, I feel, is if they fuck up, if they fucking choke or something. They've got to fuck themselves over. You get what I mean?
Yeah. I think that, or some deep personal angle, which I don't know.
I can't, but there's not really any of them. There's not
exactly. They don't really push it out.
Unless Sensor and Yunnan dig up something that no one else knows.
That's what I reckon. That will, like, not what no one else knows, but I reckon they'll dig up all them sort of personals that, like. That's why I said they might drag on. I know I done it against Yunnan, but that was a fresh personal at the time, So that's kind of why I dragged it on.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Any other questions? Any other things you want to talk about?
Ark quitting is a loss to the scene.
Okay.
Crazy writer.
Yeah, man.
No, Ark is a crazy writer. Like, I had him pipped for a title shot. Like, just based on that soul battle.
Yeah, I think that was his best performance. I think, just even writing-wise, multis, everything, it was just so, like, the way he flowed, I think, and he broke soul down really well. like really well, I think. So you know the whole other half stop lying, where he said about some people get what he means and some people just lie about it.
Yeah.
Like some people can say it's not true, but it is true, you know, because you get people that react to bars that they have no clue what they mean, you know. Maybe someone should test it out and just say a bunch of bars that mean nothing and have a few people react and see how it catches on. But you know,
reaction.
But that doesn't mean that Soul isn't sick, you know. Like Soul is sick and he deserves the reactions that he does get. Definitely, I just do think there is a majority of fans that just sometimes go with what they hear, but that don't just apply to Soul, it applies to everyone really. You know, I've probably gotten people saying this bar's this like good and I probably don't even like it, so yeah.
What's even funnier is when you have people quoting your bars to you but they quote them wrong. It's like, yeah, so what did you actually enjoy about it? Like, well, you enjoyed something I didn't mean or say.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They hear it, they hear what you say differently.
Yeah, but if that was to happen on the night, I would say that it's like it's just the way someone's heard it wrong or something. But even if they've still sort of tried to re-quote it to you, it still proves that they've enjoyed it. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, I'd never take it in a bad way. It's always
funny.
good. It's just funny, yeah.
I can imagine it. You just sitting there to yourself chuckling, like in your head chuckling because you're like you didn't even understand it right, or you
you
didn't even listen. You didn't even hear it right, but yeah. Well, that's perfect, guys, because we've covered everything. We've covered lots.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome,
for coming on. Anyone that's watching or that watches the videos afterwards, make sure you click on all the links, check it all out, follow us all on Twitter and stuff like that. It will be in the links underneath. And that's us out. Thank you very much.
Peace.